Welcome to Footballland!
Yes. Thank you. I was waiting for that. So, if you're a first-time listener, welcome to Footballland, which is an improvised comedy podcast where we take the conceit that we've been accidentally given $1 billion and we are deciding to use that money to build...
Mark. It's not an A-level literature essay. Conceit, comedy... We've been given $1 billion accidentally by the government of Qatar to build a football theme park in Qatar for the World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah, that's pretend, though.
It's not pretend. I've got the laptop. You've got the pen. I've seen you writing with that pen. You've been writing us your little notes on the raffle tickets, on your little things. I can tell that's the pen because it's writing really well.
Ryan, can you back me up?
It's a good pen.
That pen is only existing in the imaginative world of Anthony and
It's
football.
A true pen. We can tell how well it's written. He's got that pen. I've sent it over. And if not, then DHL have had a mare.
I can't help but think that this is what happens when the three of us get together in a room.
But
this is business.
This is business. This is how you build a theme park. You build a theme park and you knock heads together and you get it done. And, slip a few backhanders to the planning and the Qatari government. They're going to take about 200 million of that 1 billion. I tell you that for now. We're going to have to corrupt. There's corruption. We're going to have to pay off people.
I'm worried about Anthony,
if
Ryan.
One person dies, then it's been worth it.
It's hard to know whether COVID's been good or bad for you pair.
Right.
Or this podcast. Or the world.
Yeah. Good, and good. And people will die.
Anthony's lost it. He's gone completely stark raving mad.
But I quite like it. I don't know.
Me too.
We need to, right, guys, we've got a year until the World Cup. Okay?
Yeah.
We need to build a fucking theme park.
Oh, yeah. We'd better.
Before the World Cup.
Way,
have we got all the rides yet?
We've got a lot.
We've got a lot of rides. But have we got all the rides?
This is an ever-expanding theme park
exactly.
that never stops
We've
growing.
built a lot of land. We need to keep on furnishing this.
Yeah. Okay, we should
play a jingle. Let's play a jingle asking people. Mark, can you make a jingle asking people to send in jingles?
Already done it, mate. Here it comes.
Jingles la. Yeah, jingles for Footballland. Send us your jingles for Footballland. Send them to our Twitter account. Send them via the Patreon. Email us. Turn up at our door with a big package of jingles. Jingles la. Jingles for Footballland.
So, first up is Mark.
I'm going to pitch it's an experience. It's an ongoing experience. It's called the Golden Boot. So it makes sense to have something in Footballland called the Golden Boot. And I've been racking my brains for a long time trying to come up with what that should be. And in a weird kind of neuro link that I didn't actively, consciously encourage, I kept thinking of the Golden Snitch, which is something from the world of Harry Potter.
Never seen
I thought it was like the best grass in a prison. Someone who grasses people up so much they get the title of the Golden Snitch.
Well, I think that's what J.K. Rowling was thinking about because she's done time. She has done time for her Edinburgh lass.
Yeah,
my brain went the wrong way. I thought you meant Snatch.
Yeah, the Golden Snatch, which was a James Bond film.
Yeah, it was George's girlfriend, wasn't it?
So also, just to caveat this, I've never watched a Harry Potter.
Nor me, and I hate the shit out of it.
You've both said you're not fans and you don't know anything about the Harry Potter world.
Yeah.
I know a fair bit and I have a very strong feeling for Harry Potter. I'm not going to reveal whether that's positive or negative, okay? I'm going to stay neutral.
Right.
This is like a kind of daytime game show.
Yeah.
It's like
absolutely.
Where the prize is you just know what Mark thinks about a book you've never read.
Guess Mark's mood.
Yeah. I guarantee you won't know by the end of this
whether
I'm a fan or not.
Yeah. So what happens in the Golden Boot?
So in the world of Harry Potter, there is a game or a sport that Harry Potter is particularly good at called Quidditch.
Yeah.
Quidditch
Heard of that.
Involves flying about on broomsticks, which all of the characters do.
Yeah.
Chucking some balls in between some hoops, netball styley. You have, and I've written these down, chasers, you have a keeper, you have a seeker, you have a quaffle, you have a snitch, you have beaters, you have bludgers. And if you are an adult and you like this kind of thing, you are a fucking bellend. Because this is the stuff of
because they play it in real life,
horseshit.
don't they? They play it at universities.
I was coming to that, yes.
Yeah, sorry for stealing that, but you know, I'm not sure if they play it on unicycles or bicycles or just run around.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've seen them play it on Hampstead Heath, and they put up the little netball hoops. Doing my very best to stay neutral here. And one of the rules, and I quote, players must have a broomstick between their legs at all times. That is part of it. You have to.
Can I ask what a quaffle is?
I don't fucking know. I don't. I did the barest minimum to absorb.
Is that when players go over and they do that carbohydrate rinse in their mouth? You know, when they're squished, but they don't drink
have
it.
A quaffle.
They just have a quaffle.
Yeah. I've already betrayed that I'm not neutral. I absolutely detest it. It's a dreadful, idealised vision of kind of lacrosse at Eton type bullshit. But one of the worst things about Quidditch for me is it's 7-a-side. So 6 players on each team are playing one sort of game, and then Harry Potter is a seeker. So he is playing something completely different. He is chasing the golden snitch, which is like a kind of tiny thing that flies around randomly.
Right.
And in the real-life human version, that is played by a neutral athlete who just runs around with a flag sticking out of his bum.
Right.
Yeah.
If you catch the golden snitch, or if you rip the flag out of the neutral athlete's bum, you get something like 1 billion points and the game's over. So all the other players that are trying to quaffle and beat and sniff and whatever they do to throw balls through hoops, they're only like 5 points a time.
Yeah.
It's pointless.
It's a bit like our education system in a way, because you get a lot of people who are talented, like comprehensives and stuff, doing their hard work. But if someone goes to Eton, they're a seeker, and then they can just get the snitch, and then they become the Prime Minister.
Absolutely, and that's why I hate everything about Harry Potter. And this sport of Quidditch is so ludicrous. It encapsulates, as you just said, everything that's wrong with both the educational system in real life and the fictional world of Harry Potter. So, I would say Quidditch is like you've got 6-a-side tiddlywinks in a small room, and 2 people, one on each side, are clay pigeon shooting. It's like, why is this part of the same thing? It's pointless. So I'm proposing, if you buy a ticket online to Footballland, the algorithms will already know whether you're a fan of Harry Potter and or Quidditch. And if you are, you get a kind of golden ticket. You get a letter from Hogwarts, and this is a tie-in for us, which is going to be lucrative, saying you get to be a seeker of the golden boot. So when you come in, however old you are, the golden boot is made of gold, literally made of gold. It's really heavy, and it's sort of remote controlled by drone, and that is trying to kick you in the head. And you've got, seeker is probably the wrong term. You're an avoider.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why, if you hate Harry Potter so much, why have you incorporated it into a ride?
Because I wanted to get some venom out there.
Right.
I hate it so much. And my wife and some of my closest friends love the world of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It winds me up so much. I absolutely detest it with a passion. That I just wanted to talk about how much I hate the COD.
I did get a sense of that. There was
tried hard to stay neutral.
How does the drone thing work? Is there one golden boot for all of the people who are, and what is it, heat sensoring you? Like, how does it know who to kick in the face?
This is a good question. I think we'll have to kind of program.
And why would you want to do that?
To punish people for liking Harry Potter.
Right, okay, that makes complete sense. What's the Venn diagram of people that are into football, who are going to come to Footballland, and people who are massively into Harry Potter?
I think it's small enough that we won't be literally, you come through the turnstiles and there's 4,000 golden boots that kick everyone in the head, knock them out. And
is it just one golden boot that's taking turns to kick people who it comes near?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's massive as well. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
It's a complicated piece of kit, and it will seriously damage you if as a fleer or whatever you are, you fail to escape it. But I like that element of, just as in Quidditch, where there's a whole load of stuff going on that's utterly irrelevant to what people like Harry Potter are doing higher above, just fucking about trying to catch the golden snitch. I like the fact that most people are just trying to have a day at Footballland and experience the rides, but a couple of people, probably 3 or 4, are desperately trying not to be killed.
Are there a lot of... Is there an age restriction? Because a lot of children like Harry Potter.
Yeah, kick them in the head with the golden boot.
It's probably the best course of action to take to to avoid them going on to read and watch more and encourage, it sort of discourages JK to write any more. I guess.
Yeah, and it kind of is a literal stamping out, isn't it? It's quite a good metaphor.
Stamping out.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should rein it in a little bit because I do have...
No.
I have extra levels of hatred and despair for grown-ups who get into the world of Harry Potter.
Maybe there's a force in the kick and it's proportional to how small you are or how young you are.
Yeah.
And the elderly, I think they get kicked the most, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think it tapers off for the elderly. I think you could inflict some real harm on elderly people that read Harry Potter.
Do we slow it down for the elderly to make it a bit fairer? Or
No. There should
like
be. They have no business reading Harry Potter because people in their 30s grew up with Harry Potter, so I can kind of get their excuse. But elderly people, they grew up with the Chronicles of Narnia. Why aren't they reading Narnia?
Yeah,
they should be reading Narnia.
Well, yeah, but Narnia was Christian propaganda. Narnia is arguably even more evil than Harry Potter. One of the most amazing things about Harry Potter, I'm sure you know this, in the books, you have to board the Hogwarts Express, which is a train that only wizards can see. I mean, already I'm hating myself for even saying these sentences. But you get on at platform 9 3/4 at King's Cross, which is just to Muggles, which is also a horribly...
You know a lot about Harry Potter.
Yeah, you know a shitload about Harry Potter, mate.
You know a lot.
You know so much.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
You've posed in front of that...
I have read the first 2 books just to work out how much I hated them. But what I was going to say is...
Sounds like you really like it.
To a
because you'd be a person that would be kicked in the face at Footballland. You're going to have to denounce it. And actually, denouncing it is just as embarrassing. Yeah. Because it says to everyone, like, this guy really likes Harry Potter.
I've never liked it.
You're going to have to denounce it. And this is your version of denouncing it.
This is like Frankenstein. Monsters turned on its inventor.
The Golden Boot is going to kick you in the face. Yeah. Mate, the algorithm doesn't care for your protestations because you know so much. You've just literally... Like, if I cut you open, your blood would run Harry Potter. Like, that's how much you know about it. It's in your DNA, Mark.
Because you keep your friends closer, your enemies closer.
You're the one who wants a Harry Potter ride in the park.
I don't. I want an anti-Harry Potter.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh, that's what he's doing. He's trying to sneak it in. That's what he's doing through the back door. Oh, he's trying to sneak it in.
Much abused.
Right, well, I think unless you've got anything else to defend yourself with, Mark, I think we probably should come to a vote on your ride.
Can I just say the thing I was trying to say about platform 9 3/4?
Yeah.
So
there's a lovely thing, and you go in and you can take your picture at King's Cross. And I've done it 3 times.
Do you know what the most interesting thing about this ride is?
Go on.
This might not get into Footballland.
I was about to say this. We are about to make history here.
Yeah, let's have a vote. I do want a golden boot in a drone to kick you in the face now and then.
Just me.
Yeah,
kick just me in the face.
That would be great.
I can't go into my own park without being kicked in the head with a massive piece of gold.
Let's do 2 votes for your original ride and then for that.
Okay. All those in favour of the Golden Boot, as I describe it, being part of Footballland, after 3, say A or nay. 1, 2, 3, nay. That's a unanimous. I voted against it. I don't want to be kicked in the head or made to denounce something I've never worshipped.
Go on, do the next vote.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm counting on you.
Oh, shit.
I don't think I can convert Anthony, but
no way.
I need to be there. Oh, my God. All those in favour of me getting kicked in the head by a massive golden boot every day at Footballland, say A or nay. After 3. 1, 2, 3.
Aye.
Oh, no.
There we are.
But with one caveat, not every day.
Not every day, not on a
just
Sunday.
One day. And I think you deserve it. And I think so. I've got to be fair.
Yeah.
Let me take your hand. I want to take you to Footballland. It's built in the sand. And I'll run out of lyrics.
Okay, Ryan, you have an idea. What's your idea?
Yeah, I'm calling this the G-Sung Park and Ride.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we've got a lot of car parks.
We do.
So you might instantly be thinking, why do we need another car park? Well, I don't have a good answer for that.
Right.
But
It's going well.
yeah, but I think after the end of this, you'll be like, no, yeah, we do need one more. Definitely the G-Sung Park and Ride.
Okay.
So this was inspired by Pepe's PP Take.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit like I'm blowing my own trumpet because I pitched Pepe's PP Take, but I think it was you, Anthony, that pushed it in a direction in which Pepe spends the first hour of
Defecating on your windscreen.
Yeah, he goes around the car parks of Footballland
That's
and
right.
shits on
Just
your
for
car.
fun.
And then he collects it and then he goes back
And he
makes
builds his mud house with it.
his shit house.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Shithousery.
So this ride is for armchair fans.
Okay.
You know, it's a very popular sort of genre of fan.
What, fans of armchairs?
Fans of armchairs, armchair football fans.
Oh, right. Yep.
And so I was initially thinking that you park up and it's kind of a virtual reality experience, right? So it's just park and ride. But then I thought, no, we've got too much VR in Footballland. So this is definitely 100%. This is a ride IRL. And in short, this is a car park, as the name suggests, but for people who aren't overly bothered about theme parks. You know, you've been dragged there by your family, right? Or you're a tired dad.
Yeah, a tired dad. Yeah,
dads are quite.
They get tired.
Yeah, all dads. So it's all dads, right? So you don't want to get dragged around. So you can stay in the car, right? And the way this works is you drive in, and it's a bit like one of those scrap heap magnets.
Oh yeah.
So the scrap heap magnet floats above, on a chain, floats, hangs by gravity. So not the opposite of that, floats above the cars, and then it selects one car by magnet, and you go up to the magnet.
Yeah.
And what it does then is it just flies you over Footballland.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, just flies you over, a bit like, Superman, or, when he kind of takes Lois Lane up there, or
Harry Potter on a
a
broomstick.
helicopter, reporting on traffic accidents.
Yeah, you kind of go up there, or the snowman.
Yeah, the snowman.
There's the snowman,
with
quite nice.
Yeah, in a dressing gown. Maybe you can be given a dressing gown.
You're a tired dad.
Maybe Alid Jones is in the boot singing I'm Walking in the Air.
So G-Sung Park and Ride,
Yeah.
you go in, magnet comes down, magnets your car up.
Yeah.
Just wafts you about close enough to the park, but not so close. You're not having to get out your car. You're not having to do anything. You can pass comment on it. You can say, that's shit. That's great. You can pretend to know lots about it, even though you've not experienced any of it. So it's kind of replicating the armchair experience equivalent for theme parks, right? But as the name suggests, again, it's in honor of G-Sung Park.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not just because it's a pun on Park and Ride.
Absolutely not.
No, this has got a purpose. This G-Sung Park would be perfect for this, even if he didn't have the surname Park.
Completely.
Yeah.
So if this is the bit where this comes in and you're like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been so sarcastic about his ride pitch. So you hear about this as the lazy dad. You're like, fucking hell, I don't want to get dragged around, right? So you come in, you park up, you've done everything right. You've washed your car, you've pumped your tyres.
After Pepe shat on it.
Yeah, everything. Like, you've gotten your car totally, spot on, because you're like, I've got to get selected. I'm not spending any more time. Yeah. Or not even that. Even though I've spent thousands of pounds to get in here to spend time with my family, I just don't want to spend any more time with them.
Yeah.
I hate theme parks. Essentially, you don't know whether you're going to get chosen. You do everything right.
Yeah.
You've been a great dad. Other points, trip.
But you're very tired. You're the tiredest dad.
Yeah.
You've got narcolepsy.
You've been very patient on the flight. Yeah. You've gotten the kids everything they want, if that equates to good parenting. But you don't know whether you're going to get chosen, and it all comes down to one slightly mentally unhinged Scottish car parking attendant,
right?
And he will choose whether you get magneted up and flown around it. And that's the G-Sung Park and Ride.
Yeah.
Has that Scottish car park attendant been on the wine?
He smells like it.
Yeah.
He's got a nose that indicates that he probably has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a key question on logistics. So how big is our plot of land at the moment, and how big will it get?
25 square miles-ish.
So that's a hell of an area.
Yeah,
so
about the size of Greater London.
To be wafted around something that's attached to a magnet, are you attached to a crane that's 25 miles away and has a wide kind of swing radius?
Very good question.
Yeah, well, we could have cranes at each corner of the park, and you're sort of passed over.
Yeah.
So from one magnet to magnet, like a trapeze artist.
It could go wrong, but that's part of the adrenaline rush.
Yeah. And also, but it could go wrong, but magnetism never goes wrong. Like magnetism, if you've got the force, then you will never fall to the ground.
But it's not magic, Anthony.
No.
Magnetism can go wrong.
I'm thinking of gravity
Does
never goes wrong.
magnetism work in a vacuum?
Magnetism.
It's an electromagnet, so there is some danger in if we have a power cut, you could just fall.
Okay.
So you could do the trapeze corner to corner, or we could, just get the old helicopter out again. We've got a few of them knocking around.
Yeah.
And it could just be that you're kind of...
That would give you access to more areas, but it's less fun than a balletic trapeze transfer that may go wrong.
And also think of, cranes passing you around is more football than just the Uri helicopter being wheeled out again.
Yeah.
Would it spoil the skyline? Because I'm imagining that we will clearly pay attention to the aesthetic of the skyline and it will look beautiful.
Well, how about the cranes looking like big footballers?
Well, and we have got the big column things in each zone of the park.
So you could be swung around from Pele's cock.
Yes.
Well, that's
Ryan
a
Nelson's butt cheek.
Yeah. And also the cranes could be all made up to be like famous footballers called Park, like Park Chu-young, Park Ji-sung. I mean, Park's one of the most common South Korean surnames. So there must be quite a few Parks.
Yeah.
So at least 4. We just need to find 2 more Parks that play football professionally.
Are you suggesting more car parks then?
No, the cranes are made up to look like Park Ji-sung and Park Chu-young and 2 other parks. So they're passing it to other...
Rangers be one of them.
Queen's Park Rangers, Les Ferdinand. So you've got Park Chu-young, Park Ji-sung, Les Ferdinand and Andy Sinton.
Fratton Park.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going park and away from the person park, there's a lot of park.
Yeah, there is a lot of park.
I think we should keep it pure. I think it should be Ji Park Sung.
Yeah.
Fergie never forgave himself for not picking him for that Champions League final, did he?
Yeah.
Even though they won.
And that's why he looks cross at every football match he goes to.
He is permanently annoyed with himself for letting his favourite, some would say lover,
enforcer,
down. He was a great player.
He was a good player. He was he broke up play well, and he created more than people gave him credit for.
Yeah. He was a brilliant player, yes.
Well, if there's nothing else to add to the Ji-sung Park and Ride, then I might suggest that we don't ruin it, because we have a habit of...
I'm getting kicked in the head by something I suggested, so...
Okay, all right then. Well, that's. I'm going to bring it to a vote, and I'm quite positive that it's not going to be the second ride to have been kicked out of or not voted into Footballland. So, all those in favour of another car park, but this possibly the greatest car park that there is. Sorry,
Matt Whitworth, and the others, et al.
Michael White. Yeah, he had the all white car park, didn't he?
It's sort of a festival of car parks with. On the outskirts, there's a couple of fairground rides, is what Footballland is becoming.
I'm just thinking, let's ban Pepe from this one as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think...
No defecating on the clean cars. But it would be good if, you've polished your car up, ready to be chosen, and there's Pepe at the gates, and you're like, this is the last gauntlet.
What if...
Could he ruin it for me?
The deluxe version is... You get selected, you're whisked up on an electromagnet, either attached to a massively long crane or a helicopter, and as you're flying over Footballland, enjoying the armchair fanness of it, Pepe comes out of the bonnet and shits on your windscreen mid-air. Yeah,
that would be amazing. Like at a safari with the monkeys. I would be up for that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let that.
And it doesn't happen every time.
No,
it's just rare. It's luck. It's like, in your I Spy book of Footballland, Pepe shitting on your bonnet 300 feet up in the air is 20 points.
Yeah. It does mean he needs to hide in the engine of a car that is driven into the car park, which
You
might
can
be
hide in the boot with Alan Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Pepe and
They
Alan
get on
Jones
very well,
singing
apparently.
a Portuguese version of Walking Through the Air. And if you hear it in Portuguese, you're like, oh,
I think
here comes some...
get the windscreen wipers ready.
Okay, well, I'm glad. Yeah, and we didn't ruin it, Stevie.
No,
Well done. Yeah,
that's
great
still
stuff.
true to the vision.
Very
true
good.
to the vision.
Lovely stuff.
Wow, great. Okay, so all those in favour of the Jisung Park and Ride, say aye after 3. 3, 2, 1.
Aye. Congratulations,
Well done.
Ryan. You must
Very
be delighted.
I am, because I feel that everything's gone up a notch. With it all
Yeah,
being inside
yeah.
the room for
Oh.
the first time. It's like,
Well, we've just had our first failure.
I
Of
know,
it, you know,
that's-
it's
that really-
well, it was a success of sorts because we
Am
still
I-
have a ride in there.
Am I right to be proud of the fact
I
that I'm
think-
responsible
yeah,
for the
you
first
are,
failure?
definitely.
But no, well done, Ryan.
Yeah, well done.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Foot. Footballland.
Okay, I've got a ride idea.
Yes.
We've got a lot of, water-based rides, but we don't have a pleasure boat zone.
No.
We don't have a pleasure boat zone, which is a staple to, family fun at most theme parks and most...
We've got Wagner's Tunnel of Love.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
but
close.
that's too sexy for children. It's too sexy for children, even though it's biologically, accurate and it's teaching people about the anatomy. It's
Yeah.
still spunking out of a giant penis onto a mattress, isn't
true.
it? So
and you're sort of on a canal essentially, whereas pleasure boats is just a lovely pond.
a lovely pond. It's called Ole's at the Wheel Viking Pleasure Boats. Now, every pleasure park I've been to with the boats has been one of two things: pedalos that are designed as swans,
Yeah.
or just your bang average normal boat that kind of they've just picked up in a job lot. Like there's no themed ones. I want to get Viking pleasure boats, Viking warships, the long ships with the big sort of thing. And so you have electric powered Viking pleasure boats and pedalos. They've all got steering wheels, and they're exciting for the family.
Can I ask a question? Too early for questions?
No.
Viking longboats were long, so are these Viking pedalos going to be long?
Really long. Yeah,
So
really
like
long.
multiple people.
I'd say if you've got a family of 8 or 9, this is the first pedalo that you can go on all together, because that's what's been so restrictive about pedalos in the past. 4 people max, really.
Yeah.
And, who wants to ride a swan around? So they are family fun. Lovely stuff, but there is a twist. Every single boat and pedalo is piloted by a really drunk old Norwegian guy who insists on steering it for you. So you can do the pedaling, you can do the forwards and backwards, but he is chained to the wheel and he will go wherever the fuck he wants. And he's so drunk, he cannot see. So you're careering everywhere. It's great fun. It's kind of a chaos, really, because you don't know where you're going to go. You might go the right way for about 5 minutes, but then you're going to go U-turning backwards and you're going to crash into other boats. But you will not... It's got an amazing ability not to sink itself.
Okay.
Because I think Ole, although he damages his team, he doesn't sink them, and that's why other fans want him to stay in the job. But we need to find about 30 or 40 old men from Norway who we can keep drunk.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I don't think it's going to be a problem because in Norway, alcohol's so expensive.
Yeah.
So if we get them back, the only trouble is it's a dry state in Qatar.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to get people that are so drunk they don't need to drink anymore. They're so drunk.
How drunk do you, the flight alone from Norway is 12 hours? Yeah. How drunk have you got to be to still be drunk 24 hours later?
Yeah, well, there's a certain type of people who you're like, are you actually drunk or is that just you? And we need to get those people from Norway.
Yeah. Okay, there's quite a few of those. There's more in Finland, but there's quite a few in the north.
In the north of Norway, yeah.
Just a quick thought. The plans for the Qatar World Cup is like, okay, so we're going to stick them on a boat. The genuine plans was like, we're going to stick them on a boat offshore and you can get shit-faced on the boat, but when you come land in Qatar, stop it. If the alcohol is not in Qatar, but you're kind of sucking it through a pipe. So Could we put like large vats of alcohol, probably not in Saudi Arabia or Dubai, somewhere far enough away that's not dry.
Right.
And then we just have like really long straws.
To siphon it. And you're forgetting, actually, guys, that what are these pleasure boats on? They are on water. But what happens if we change that water for alcohol? You can't be arrested in Qatar for just falling overboard now and then with your mouth open. You cannot. You can't. Like, what? They're going to arrest you for letting some glug into your mouth via osmosis? They're not going to. If it goes in through your eyes.
Osmosis is a different thing, but like,
can you be arrested for osmosis? The world's gone mad if you can.
I don't think you can. But the kind of defence of, I'm sorry, officer, I fell over
into a pleasure boat pond.
Into a pleasure boat pond filled with alcohol.
Yeah.
And some got in my mouth.
Oh, I just think that what's the law against that, and what's the paperwork they have to fill in? If we construct this alcoholic pond for families, and the families can't dip themselves in, but the Norwegians can.
Is there not a simpler solution? I mean, brilliant though that is, could we not just declare, like, if you're allowed to drink at the World Cup as long as you're on a boat off the shore, could you not be allowed to drink as long as you're on a boat, even if it's in a lake?
Yeah, what if it's the same boat and we plop that boat in?
Plop a bar in the middle of the Viking boat, and Jean, who used to work on the Clippers on the Thames, she makes coffees and the odd gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Anthony, let me ask you, what were the Vikings famous for?
Yeah, I was worried about this when you said Viking pleasure.
Can we have a bit of pillage light?
We can.
Can. You get off the island in the middle of this lake that has some bushes in, and you rough those bushes up a bit.
A dogging bush. How about a dogging bush, a consensual dogging bush in the middle of the lake?
Did your brain go there?
Because you're talking about pillaging and all of that,
and
I'm saying, how do we regulate it?
Slapping the leaves of a bush for a bit.
Just have a dogging bush, okay? And that's, if you want to do it, then you knock yourselves out.
I don't think the Vikings
one out.
Flash your headlights.
With the Vikings hovering offshore, flashing their indicators in the hope that someone would come out
on the pedalos.
A medieval pedalo and do some cheekies.
3 people pedaling, and then someone operating the headlamps. And you've got a drunk Norwegian.
If it's the drunk Norwegian operating the headlamps, then
he's not operating the headlamps. No. And I think they are so drunk they wouldn't be good. They'd be good. No.
So Vikings, I think I've got a solution for you. It's so expensive to drink in like Sweden and Norway.
Sure.
Because of their state-controlled alcohol laws. It's more relaxed in Denmark and a little bit cheaper as well. And so there's a kind of a rites of passage thing, and there's these things in Sweden where people get on it's like a booze cruise. They get on them on a Friday night. They get drunk on the ferry, and they get to Copenhagen. They get shit-faced in Copenhagen, sleep on the street pretty much, and then do the reverse.
Yeah.
So we could just divert them, because the Vikings were Swedish as well as Norwegian. It's not just, I think.
Yes,
it was.
They were Danish as well.
The Danes is a different period, slightly. I think.
Is
the
it?
Danes comes post Vikings or pre, slightly different.
What were they called?
They were called the Danes.
Well, that's clever.
Yeah,
they got that right.
I've got that on a ruler somewhere.
Okay.
Danelaw.
Yeah, Danelaw.
Jude Law's
Didn't
brother.
He play for United and City?
Yeah, he did score the back heel, didn't he? That relegated them.
Yeah, and so we could just divert those ships, and you've got a steady stream of workers. So they think they're going to Copenhagen for the weekend. It just keeps on going.
Oh, goodness me,
and that taps into press ganging.
Yeah, which is also exactly press ganging.
Ships and history.
Yeah, shistory.
It's
shipstory.
It's coming together, isn't it? And do you know when there's a fire on the ocean?
Oh gosh! So anyway, you can light ouzo.
Yeah. Amazing.
At night.
Viking burials with fully living passengers.
Yeah. Exactly. So when there's like a fire on the ocean, and they get those ocean fire boats to come,
the ocean fire boats. And
there's a big water cannon going.
Yeah.
This is how we can get around it. The ship can just be offshore.
Yeah.
But bush dogging island.
But it can just be offshore, and it can be just water cannoning ouzo over Qatar,
Oh.
over Doha.
Oh, in a steady stream.
In a steady stream, and just constantly filling up Footballland.
That's a great idea, because my question was going to be, how do you fill this lake up while respecting the law?
Isn't there a danger that even the massive Norwegian fans of alcohol can't consume that quickly enough, and we will be flooded? The whole park will be flooded.
I don't know. Do you know those weird lily pad things you get in theme parks where it's a jet of water?
Yeah.
Quite concentrated, isn't it?
Very concentrated.
You could almost open your mouth under that.
Yes, you could. Yeah.
And just get
I have done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that in Mallorca.
And water fountains. Let's not forget. School water fountains
chlorinated.
are sort of the education sector's
Mark,
version.
having done that, do you think you could do that with ouzo?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't like ouzo, so I'd request a different... Raki, I'd happily raki those up.
As long as it's clear. Like vodka, I think would be good as well. If there's a Norwegian vodka that we can use.
Well, there is aquavit, which is the water of life.
Yeah.
Which is a very popular...
and ironically titled.
Yeah, and they like to drink that and eat shrimp. So we can maybe just chuck
that in direct from Norway.
And I think as long as you eat a shrimp every shot, it balances you out, so there wouldn't be too shit-faced.
Great. Let's get some shrimp in on the same pipe.
Yep.
So it's shrimp and aquavit from Norway using, because obviously they've got to go carbon neutral, so they're going to eat those Norwegian pipelines are going to go.
Yeah.
But we use the same infrastructure, use those pipelines.
If for whatever reason we can't get it in that way and we have to go back to the straw coming all the way from Holland, those shrimps, you're going to have to suck extra hard if you get shrimp every 60 seconds.
And sometimes their eyes will just pop off and you just get the eye through. And
that would be quite a shock, wouldn't it, if you were sucking really hard and you went from nice drink to something solid.
Oh gosh.
With
I
legs.
Prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
All forms.
Dogging Island. I just can't wait to build Dogging Island, because you can have footballers, ex-dogging footballers like Stan Collymore, lurking about signing autographs.
The children on this 9-family Viking ship, like little Jimmy is just behind Grandma. What's that, Grandma? Don't look at that.
I don't think Stan's doing anything improper. I think what Stan's doing, he's
just signing autographs and
he's
doing some
interpreting
anecdotes.
the flashes, because he's the only man that fully understands them. So it's like, 2, 2, 3, a bit like Morse code. Nobody knows how to do it now. And so he's like, okay, they just want to come and ruffle up the bush. Not that bush. And so he's just putting everyone at ease.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah?
I like that,
Okay.
yeah. All right. I think we're on for a vote for this.
Okay.
All in favour of Ole's at the wheel, Viking pleasure boats, say aye. 3, 2, 1.
Aye.
Very relieved.
Yeah.
Great.
Can't wait for a shrimpy pipe.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's it, isn't it? That's it.
That was wow.
Send us your jingles.
Thank you.
yeah,
send your jingles. Yeah.
Write us a review.
Yeah.
Share this with your friends.
Yeah.
Join our Patreon and send us your ride ideas, because we do discuss everyone you send.
I like
Yes.
I'm
And
a big fan.
please drink responsibly.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and shrimp responsibly too.
And don't go dogging.
Unless it's with Stan. All right.